Good evening everyone, Mark here in Final Control. I hope you're all joining me here on Juma Waterhole Cam. Didn't get too wet out there coming back to camp, but it is starting to rain. Kind of pretty heavy cloud blowing fast across the sky. We're going to have to see what that does. I think it might put paid to our efforts to go frogging this evening, unfortunately. Hello Carrie, hi Jules. So instead of frogging and instead of the rest of the drive this evening, I'm going to be here in Final Control, and we'll see what we can chat about. Unfortunately, I don't have any photos or footage lined up that I can show you, but maybe if I can multitask a little bit, I'll see if I can't try and get a few photos loaded onto Wirecast and show you some photos. In particular, if you were listening to me on Drive, talking about the spider. Never mind what. Jules, are you not hearing me properly? I'm just curious about that. Hi Tony. Yeah, any what? Soundstream is allergic to Mark. Stutters more when he's saying something interesting. Thank you, Captain Steve. Okay. Why do the lions hang out on the road rather than away from? Because it's open and there's no grasses. It's open, it's more comfortable, especially when they're lying down. Cats just love the open sand. Sorry you spilt your coffee there, Sharon. Tony, yes, listen intermittently. Selective hearing, is it? Okay, hi Binky. Who else we got around? I've got some emails to answer. I know there are a bunch of emails that Tara starred on our email inbox. Hi Nancy in Texas. Julie Campisi, did I get your question about morning sickness? I'm going to go to emails and I'm going to look at the questions that came in there shortly. Julie Campisi, morning sickness. Yes, Julie, I did get the question. It has been starred by Tara for me to answer when I get here. I will be answering that question shortly about morning sickness. Well, I don't know much. What can you ask a man about morning sickness? I suppose you can ask fathers about morning sickness. They'll know lots about it. And hello, Valerie, Linda, SAST. Hello everybody in JTV. Yes, I'm there too. I'm going to swap between those and emails. So I want to just reiterate. Please send me questions to finalcontrol@safari.tv rather than questions on chat, because I'm going to be swapping and swapping in between the two chats. Yeah, Sass, I did take a long time to get here because I had to go and fetch my computer and a memory stick and camera, because I wanted to try and do some photos for you while we're chatting, because we've not going to be able to do fireside chat. We're not going to be able to do our frogging. We've got weather rolling in. So instead we'll see what we can do from fireside, or rather from Final Control. So let's see what this morning sickness question was from Julie. Do animals get morning sickness same as us humans do? Thank you, Julie and Richard. I don't know. I would imagine, since they're mammals, I would imagine that the same effects that a human woman feels when she is pregnant, I would imagine that an animal feels different when they're pregnant. Could be. I don't know. I guess for any of you who've had dogs and cats that have given birth, you could tell me whether you've noticed them in the pregnancy leading up to the birth, whether they've had any problem, or whether they've felt down or ill. So, going back. Hello, Tori. Tori wanted to just say happy birthday to Mom, Jeanette, or read her in chat. Hello, Jeanette. Jeanette often sends us questions, so happy birthday, Jeanette. Also, from all of us at Wild Earth, and I'm sure a lot of the viewers, a big happy birthday to Graham, our Graham, Mr. Wallington. I don't know if you're going to be on Wild Earth right now, but Graham, hope you're having a fantastic day. And I believe it's Graham's 40th today. Wasn't so long ago that I was there. So, there. Unfortunately, we can't do the birthday greetings on Drive anymore, but I'm sure it's not a problem to do the birthday greetings when we get back to Final Control, and we're talking to you over this. Joey Schull, pronounced Decatur, not Decatur. Thanks, Joey. I was trying to pronounce it the French way. I guess it's pronounced the American way. Decatur. Decatur in Illinois. That was when I was talking to Ellen earlier. Millie. Oh, Millie was asking a question of Herman. I'll give that a miss. Robin wanted to know if I know where the rest of the Pride has gone, since the two are on their own at the moment. Unfortunately, nobody's found them, Robin, so they could still be in the immediate vicinity. Funny enough, as we closed down when we were leaving the Lion, when I was driving away, he got up to cover her, and it was kind of a half-hearted, not really interested in this covering thing anymore kind of attitude that he had. So it didn't really, there was no roaring or anything. It wasn't a proper mating as we had seen a couple of days ago. And I was hoping that maybe he would, but we did have to leave because of the rain, and it didn't sound like they were roaring. Because I was hoping that maybe while we were there it would happen, and that maybe they would roar, and then maybe we would hear the rest of the Pride joining in as we did the other day. But unfortunately that didn't happen. So, we don't know, Robin. We'll maybe look for them tomorrow. Anthony in Dumont. How come the Lions are not completely, or are completely not startled by your presence? Are they just used to you and Tara now? Well, it's actually Anthony Corvelli in New Jersey. Actually, it's nothing to do with the Lions being used to Tara or myself, believe it or not. That's got more to do with the fact that they're used to the vehicles. And while they might hear our different voices, I don't think there's any reaction. Any of the reactions are any different to the different people in the vehicles. The different vehicles, yes, because the different vehicles behave in different ways. So maybe you'll get a different reaction out of the different vehicles. But these cats grow up with vehicles around them from a very, very young age. So they get to know the vehicles are not a threat and not a danger, as well as they know that the vehicles are not food, which is another important facet. And so they tend to carry on doing what they're doing. They do sometimes get irritable with us, as you noticed yesterday morning. Who's that flying? Oh, I can't turn the camera quick enough and it's all blurred. I think it was Bogosh was asking earlier about the camera focus and stuff. It's just the way it goes this time of the day. It's getting dark, there's rain. The camera can't focus because iris can't open up anymore. I mean, it is on automatic during the day for daylight hours, and if we were to put it on any other setting, it would just brighten up way too much for daytime viewing. if we were to open it up. And of course, because it is a manual setting, we can't go and change it. It's all wrapped in plastic to protect it from the rain. Otherwise, we would have to go and put it out every time it stopped raining and bring it back when it does rain, or bring it back every evening. But the best we can do at the moment is just putting the camera on permanently and wrapping it up in plastic. We put a cover over it, like a little roof over it, and it seems to be working fine. It seems to be holding out. Unfortunately, it doesn't give us the zoom capabilities, it doesn't give us the night capabilities as yet, but that will change in the future, and I'm afraid I can't tell you when. I don't know. But we are going to be losing picture from the dam soon as it gets darker outside there. Thanks for the question, Anthony. She sells seashells on the seashore. Seashells. Michelle, does the female still go on the hunt when she's about to give birth, or do all the other lions go in for the hunt? I was just curious. Actually, it's a bit of both, Michelle. As far as that is concerned, it depends on whether the female is with the pride or whether she's giving birth on her own. And there's a large depending thing there. Because if she's a lioness on her own and she's going to be giving birth and she's not with a pride, where a pride is able to kill for her, she will have to hunt on her own, even right up to prior to giving birth, in much the same way as a leopard or a cheetah has to. And she's going to be looking for easy kills because she's going to be quite heavy. But I think with this situation, with this situation, she does have a pride to look after her. The other females will no doubt hunt for her up until she gives birth, and then she'll go off and have her cubs, and she'll leave them tucked in away in a very dark corner somewhere, and maybe rejoin the pride when they're on a kill to feed, or she'll kill something herself. One of those things that we're hoping we're going to be able to see in the next 3 months, or in 3 months' time. Julie, again. Oh, the morning sickness question again. I didn't unstar it. Bogash. Oh, Bogash. I've just been on a live drive. Perhaps, I don't know, Bogash, maybe the times are not right, but we've had a lot of rain, and we've had a few technical issues, but we've been on live drives the last few days. But Bogash, the way we're doing it now is if there's, at our normal drive times, there's normally going to be a live drive. If there is a live drive, there won't be anything. It won't say live and it won't say pre-recorded. It's only the pre-recorded now that should have a message on it that says pre-recorded. And as soon as daylight comes, Bogash, we should be getting a clearer picture back at the waterhole cam. Ah, Fabienne, bonsoir. Hello, Fabienne. Fabienne is asking, would a snake from one species hunt a snake from another as prey, or from the same species? Yes, yes to both questions, actually. There's some snakes, Fabienne, that are snake hunters, almost exclusively snake hunters. And there's some snakes that would be cannibalistic. The answer to that question is a most definite yes. Some of the cobras, in fact. Nancy in Texas wanting to know, when we say frogging, are we talking about catching frogs, or does it mean something else? Yeah, Nancy, it means catching frogs. It means looking at the frogs, trying to catch them. See, we're not going to be catching them and grabbing hold of them. What I've got is I've got a clear container. And a net, a small net. I don't want to be handling frogs. I don't want to be stressing them out too much. But what I would like to do, and it's not only the frogs, it's all the life that we have living in these pans and water holes, and it's a good time of the year to try and find them. All the aquatic life, things that we don't see that live below the surface. and put them in a clear container to maybe have a look at them. So yes, it means frogging, going out there and looking at frogs. That was from Nancy in Texas. And here's a nice answer from Sharon in Pittsburgh, and thanks for that, Sharon. Let's see if we can put that up a little bit. Sharon is saying that she worked for a vet, and they noticed that just like humans, some animals do get nauseated in the first stages of pregnancy. Usually the human owner doesn't realize that the animal is pregnant until they would do an ultrasound, and they just bring the animal in when it starts throwing up and being sick, and then they find out that it's pregnant. It's not as prevalent in humans as in humans, but Sharon's saying that she would venture to say from personal experience and cleaning it up that it does happen, and there hasn't been much research into it though. Sharon's also asking if we can have an FSC of animal sounds. Would be interesting. I think it would be. It would be an idea. I think I'll talk to Tara and Patrick about that. See if we can collect some sounds. Also the editors, if we can't have sounds of our own, and we've got some nice lion roaring of late. I think it's a nice idea. We can do that one of these days. Well, I seem to have skipped a lot of chat, so I'll see if I can go back to chat and see where you are. I can only scroll back a little bit. Tony was asking, I can only see a few, but Tony was asking if there's more rain than usual, less or average. I'd say a lot more. We've had more rain than in the previous 2 summers that I've been here. More rain than that fell in 2008 and in 2009 summers, because the dams are overflowing the way they are. And Penny was saying earlier that the Kruger has recorded more rain, or the highest rainfall since a cyclone hit us in 1984. So yes, there's been a lot more rain than normal. Foggy Fawn was saying something about everything bigger in Texas, and reminds me of a guest I once had. The Texan that all the jokes are made of, and he was kind of that kind of a Texan, that everything was bigger and better in Texas. Until I found him a bigger and better one here in Africa. Big elephant, and oh, the snakes are so big in Texas. How big? Oh, they're big. And then we found a 15-foot python. He said, no, they're not that big. And the alligators, oh, they're so big in America. How big are they? Oh, they're so big. I said, wait, let's go find a crocodile. And we found a 15-foot crocodile. Said, oh, no, alligators, not that big. And a big elephant. And then big spiders, big wasps. I think everything's bigger in Africa. Do y'all follow American football over here in Africa? Captain Steve? I used to be able to follow American football. We do get a little bit of it on ESPN. We don't really have TV, so I don't follow it much anymore. I know that Super Bowl is coming up. I know that they're doing something really weird now with Super Bowl tickets. They're charging people $200 just to stand outside the stadium and watch it on big screen TVs. I don't know who's going to be in the Super Bowl this year. I remember there was a time when I was oh, that was a long time ago. I supported the Cincinnati Bengals, and then for a while the 49ers, and then a little while the Packers. But I think that's Your biggest spider is the tarantula, Nancy. Our biggest spider is the African tarantula, the baboon spider. About the same size. Any crocs around? There is a croc, Tony. Funny that you should ask that. There's a crocodile in Twin Dams. Well, it was yesterday. We're going to see if it's there again tomorrow. Oh, look at those buffaloes swimming across the dam for Patrick. On a Steelers. Yeah, ball. Richard, nothing has been published on anything in Juma, but of course there are all the field guides. There are lots of field guides of animals of Kruger, but nothing that personalizes the animals. It's just field guides. Okay, just quickly, I'm crossing through chat. So once again, I know it's easy to question me and ask questions in chat, but I'm going to miss some of them. And if I do, please send them to our email address, finalcontrol@safari.tv. Hello everybody in JTV, just popping in there. Only thing good about the Cowboys are the cheerleaders. Is that where the Super Bowl is going to be held now? At Jerry World in Dallas. Oh, rain's starting to come down heavy now. There goes my frogging. Okay. Give me 2 minutes. Let me see if I can find a photo for you. I know lots of emails are coming in too. But I'll be back there shortly. I want to find a photo or two. Okay, I'm going to give you the sound of the rain. I'm going to try and get a few photos out for you.